Hey, Clint, you actually suck at weightlifting. You're terrible. Hey, you're still fat. Maybe you should try doing something else. You know what? I accept all forms of criticism, okay? Hello. Day 4. I am getting off the bike way later than I wanted to today. Nothing crazy. I'm just hold on. First of all, hope everyone having a good day. My day was the worst, but gym workout was great. Shoulders today. I got footage. I'm going to insert it here. All right. So, shoulder day. I'm just going to run through briefly what the exercises that I go through are. This is rear delts. So, I usually use a dumbbell, but there were about 4,000 people over by the dumbbell, so I had to improvise and use this plate. It's not my favorite thing to do, but that's what happened. So basically the idea behind this is you're really isolating your rear delt. I start with that first. Rear delt, so you're basically rotating your wrist, as you can see, pull your elbow up. You're lifting with your elbow, which is actually your rear delt. It's very isolated. You're not pulling up with your back. You can't really tell, but I'm not using like my back at all. So I don't know. Rep range is kind of, you know what? It's really on feel. I'm kind of just going with the flow, like how I'm feeling for the day, and then I'll keep the blood in between sets. Keep the blood flowing in your rear delts. So just like keep your arms moving the whole time. This is a very fast workout, no rest at all. In between every set also are shrugs. So apologies, the camera's like too close. You can't even really see what's going on, but you get the idea. The shrugs are the shrugs. I'm not there's only 45s on each side. It's not heavy because you're ended up doing like a ton of shrugs at the end of the day, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to be doing shrugs with anything more than 2 plates on each side. I mean, what do you need that for? You don't. Moral of the story is you don't need that. So after that, we're going to do laterals. So it's really hard to tell from this angle, but I'm actually raising that like towards my back, so it's almost like that my shoulders rotating. You can't really tell. You can a little bit. So I'm bringing it in front of my body, and then I'm swinging it to the back, like I'm trying to use my rear delt a little bit, even though I'm not, but that's what I'm trying to, like, mentally, that's what I'm thinking of. So there's that. And then I'll use the same weight for a full range of motion, which you'll see some people will say that that's really bad for your shoulders. Well, I'm here to tell you that they don't know what they're talking. That's not true. There's really nothing that says that that's bad for your shoulders, except people say that. There's nothing wrong with doing it. If anything, it just strengthens it. I'm using 10-pound weights. If you tried to use a 30, maybe your shoulders are hurt, but that's not what's happening here. So 10 of the regular ones, 10 of the full range of motion, then straight into shrugs. So it should be, I don't really know. I actually don't even keep count when I'm doing these. I kind of go until I'm like a little bit fatigued, and I rack it up. All right, I skipped over some of the same exercise, so you don't have to watch me do it like multiple times. If you notice here, I'm doing the shrugs with my hands wider. I kind of like I kind of try to do them different every time, so it's not the same exact motion. I mean, you can only do so many, like, doesn't really matter, but I'm trying not to just place my hands at the same part of the bar every single day that I do shoulders. I try to change it up. All right. Now, I'm only doing this with these 10 pounders because, again, there were too many people over by the dumbbells. I usually use a 15 pound, 15 or 17. I kind of just been doing 15, and I've almost been going to failure for all my sets. So, I mean, these are standard issue. There's nothing crazy about these. There's nothing special. Um, I just work shoulders back to front, rear, side, and then front, and then shrugs in between every set. And, by the end of your work, I mean, with no rest, you see I didn't do any rest while I was there, and you're getting, I mean, an excellent workout. I mean, it's by the end of the thing, you're gonna be cooked. You're not even gonna be able to lift your arms up. So that's the gist. That is the gist of the shoulder workout. I know, Enrique, if you're watching this, I know that's what you've been wanting. You wanted to see what it is, so here you go. That's the workout. One last shrug. Hands kind of closer this time, and then that's the end. I actually go over after this. I didn't film it and use the dumbbells because those tens aren't heavy enough for front. Your front's the strongest part, so you need a little bit heavier weight. So that's basically like the gist of my shoulder workout. Sometimes it changes slightly. Sometimes I do a military press on the machine. Rarely do I do a military press with dumbbells. I know those are like supposed to be the end all be all if you want huge shoulders, but you know what? My workout seems to be working just fine, so I'm not going to change it. The only time I do that is when literally I can't do anything else. So it's not a all right, we're done. 12 miles. It's not a hard workout. Well, I should say, hold on. Strike that from the record. It's not a heavy weighted workout, right? Your shoulders you don't really need to put heavy weight on them. And quite frankly, if you're old like I am, you don't want to injure them. So I find it best to do lightweight, high reps. No rest, really. There's no rest in between any of the sets. Maybe 30 seconds at the most, And every exercise is supersetted with shrugs. Not heavy. I'm doing the Smith machine with 45s on each side. You'll find that when you do that many shrugs, you don't really need to put like 4 plates on each side and pretend like you're like the strongest dude in the world. Because that's just, I mean, everyone can shrug that much weight. If you lift weights, you can shrug that much weight. That's not hard. Hard is to do it like a grand total of 200 shrugs at 135. Then you're like you're really getting after it, How sweaty I am. Look at me. Look at this. Look at this. I wasn't even getting it that hard. I got 142 watt average, 12 miles. I'm going to end this. Save. All right. So that's it for the bike today. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's I mean, the angle also from the camera is not the greatest, but you get the idea. You know, I didn't have like a tripod in there, sitting on the bench, and you know, it's just not the best angle. It's not the best angle to work for, to see what's happening, but you can kind of see the ins and outs of what my shoulder exercise is, and it's effective. Trust me. Many people at the gym ask, "Hey, what do you do for shoulders?" And then I tell them, and then they say, "Oh, so not like any heavy weight?" And I said, "No, no, not heavy weight at all." I'm gonna actually have to bump the weight up a little bit for my lateral raises. They're becoming too easy, so that is something I have to do. Other than that, I'm not gonna chit chat too long. Day 4's in the books. I weighed 226 this morning when I woke up. We'll see what I wake up at tomorrow. I barely ate anything today. It was a crazy day. It was not a good day. So tomorrow will be better. You know what I mean? That's what you got to think of when you have an absolute shit trash day. Tomorrow will be better. A better day. Also, tomorrow is Arms Day. So what's there not to like about that? You know what I mean? What's there not to like? I did do a little bit of legs at the gym. I did leg extension. That's it, because I knew I was going to come on the bike when I got home. And tomorrow I'll probably do hamstrings. So I kind of split them up because by that time I'm ready to leave, and I really need some cortisone for my face. It's just it's. I don't know why you guys care. You don't care about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribe. Like the video. Comment. Hey, Clint, you actually suck at weightlifting. You're terrible. Hey, you're still fat. Maybe you should try doing something else. You know what? I accept all forms of criticism. Okay, I'm not perfect. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not Jeff Nippert and all those dudes on YouTube that, you know, they know everything about working out. But let me tell you something. If it was my only job to work out, I would dust those dudes. But I actually have a real job. So here we are. And I'm way older than them. You know, I'm 41, so this just father time ain't on my side, if you know what I mean. Anyway, all right, that's enough. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you, bye.